This is the Mountain River, deep in the Western Territories. For the next 15 days, we're paddling over 300 kilometers through one of the most remote and untouched places in Canada. Ahead of us is only white water, wildlife, and whatever weather the mountains decide to throw at us. I don't know exactly what's coming, but that's kind of the point. So stoked to be out here. I just can't wait to see what happens. This is the Northwest Territories, and while encounters with wildlife will be special, a close encounter with a grizzly bear will be anything but. We have a couple methods for bear deterrent. First method is bear bangers. This shoots up a firecracker like flare, makes a loud noise, hopefully scaring the bear away. Second line of defense, bear spray. It's like a pepper spray, comes in a larger can, larger cloud, shoots a little further. Last line of defense, 12 gauge shotgun. I have buckshot and slugs in here. It'll go buckshot, slug, buckshot, slug. That will be absolute last case scenario. On top of that, we have these rubber bullets, which I could load into the shotgun, shoot the bear with. It's a non-lethal. And if all three of those methods don't work, all I have to be is just a little bit faster than my brother Max. Bit of a late start today, and it's been a long last couple of days just getting out here. So we're gonna take it easy tonight, plus it's getting late. We're gonna get into the thick of things tomorrow. We got some awesome plans starting in the morning. But for now, we're just gonna go for a little hike. There's something really beautiful up here that we wanna go check out, and we're gonna get our first glimpse of the river. This is our first glimpse of the river, and while the height of land and the start of the mountain river is just in the hills behind us, our journey starts here. Over 1,200 meters of descent through 6 distinct and challenging canyons down to the confluence of the Mackenzie River. What an incredible way to start. I'm so stoked to be here. Well, that's it. First day is over. We're gonna gear up to be on the river tomorrow, but we're only gonna be on it for a short while as we have a plan that'll take us, hopefully, somewhere beautiful. There's some massive mountains around here, and we hope to explore them. But for now, good night's rest is in order, so see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Had a great night's sleep. It rained all night last night, so maybe the water levels will be higher on the river, which is, it's fine for now, but flash floods are a real concern. Water levels can raise and fall quite dramatically in these river systems, so it's always something to think about. But for now, let's just have some breakfast and get on our way. Spotted a moose over there, so we got one baby moose calf, and there's another moose up on that little ridge there. I got 6 wraps for 3 days worth of lunches because we are heading up into the hills. We're going on a little bit of a hiking trip starting today, maybe spending up to 2 nights out there exploring one of the biggest mountains in the region, Backbone Mountain. Super excited for that. We're gonna just do a little portage, short little paddle, and then we're gonna get on a hiking. Well, we're just about to put on the water. It's 12:50. Seems to be about a trickle right now, so we're gonna take the risk and not put our spray decks on. No dry suits. So fingers crossed all goes well, because if we spill, it's gonna be bad news. And maybe even as much of a trip ender. Can't wait. But first, a quick word from today's paid partnership. When I'm out in the woods or when I'm training at home for big trips like the mountain, river, I think about one thing. How do I get my body nice and ready in order to paddle portage and be on the river all day? Thing is, keeping fit is all about making those little choices every single morning. That's why I drink AG1. And if you're a fan of this channel, you know I've been drinking it for years. AG1 is a daily foundational nutritional supplement with over 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients. So instead of juggling a shelf full of pills and powders, just one scoop, mix it with water, and you're all set. For me, it's not only about being able to perform. If it doesn't taste good, I wouldn't drink it. And I personally love how AG1 tastes. And with the new AG1 Next Gen, it just got better. New citrus, excellent. Tropical, delicious. And berry, also very good. Whether I'm out on expedition or at home, it's a routine I look forward to. And that consistency gives me the confidence that I'm fueling my body with what it needs in order to perform at its best. AG1 is also NSF certified for sport, meaning that every batch is independently tested for quality. It's good news, very few brands do that. Your daily health drink just got a whole bunch more flavorful. Give the new AG1 flavors a try, and if you use my code somewhere on screen or down below, or the QR code up here, you'll also get a free welcoming kit worth over $76 when you subscribe. Includes 5 of those free travel packs, a shaker, canister, scoop, all that good stuff. Honestly, it's really worth it. Go check them out, guys. Thank you for watching. Let's get back to the river.
Muddy water.
Disgusting. That pure Yukon sediment water. There's a little tributary here and the water seems to be a heck of a lot cleaner. So I think I'm gonna just throw a few casts in, because if I want to catch a fish, I gotta fish, you know? As we head down the river, apparently it's supposed to get cleaner and cleaner, or at least the water color changes. We'll see. I'd love to catch a fish on this trip. I'll eat it, ideally.
We just spotted a caribou here. It'll be very still.
Is that your first caribou?
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
I know. Yeah.
4 moose, 1 caribou. Epic, absolutely epic. That is a bear print. Big old grizz. Well, that was amazing. That was a beautiful large caribou. Lucky. So just over here is Backbone Mountain, which is the largest mountain in the area. So we're gonna go get out of our canoes in just a moment and go hike to the base of it and then see what we can do from there. I had my canoe a little bit further down, but I decided to bring it up just a few feet higher in elevation just because of flash floods. Well, we're starting our hike to the area surrounding Backbone Mountain, which is the tallest mountain in the region. We're not really sure what our plan is yet. We might hike this big mountain in front of Backbone, which will give us a great view. We might hike to the base of Backbone. Hell, we might even hike Backbone Mountain if it looks good enough. But for now, we're just gonna get as close as we can, make a decision from there. About 3 months ago, I was all the way down in Patagonia at the southern tip of Chile, which is just about as far away as you can get from where I am right now without leaving the Americas, meaning North in South America. And I'm having almost deja vu right now because this totally reminds me of the Ventesquero, which is the little tributary river that we hiked up for 30 kilometers up to a glacier. And some of the fauna, some of the flora, and the mountains, they all remind me of that trip. My first shed. Too bad it weighs an absolute ton because I ain't hauling that thing out of here. Well, there's some bear dung. Just something to be aware of because a grizzly spotting up close on a small trail wouldn't be too fun. Hello, bear! Bear! Woo! I just spotted another caribou right there. It's been a damn good day for wildlife. This is our third caribou, a massive one, huge rack. Beautiful, coming right for us. Little breeze behind us is pushing our sun tools. A beautiful caribou. He doesn't like it. They have bad eyesight, so when we stand still, he can't see us, but he sure as hell can smell us. 3 world-class caribou encounters in the span of 3 hours?
And that was the best one yet.
Oh God, it was beautiful. I saw it up on the ridge, and then all of a sudden it was popping out, like running towards us. It must have got the scent of the other one.
Must have got your scent.
It must have got my female hormonal scent and thought I was a wild caribou. I get mistaken for that a lot, actually. And then came charging towards me, smelling my musk, trying to mate, looking to mate.
You thought about presenting for a second, but...
Yeah, pants are too tight. I'm going to leave them on. We saw a cool feature on the map at the base of Backbone Mountain, which we're going to try to reach today, the prom being. This is another 5 kilometers from where we are. It's already 7 p.m. So we'll be hiking till about 10 if we can manage to go as fast as we were before. Problem is, it's brush, thick brush.
We just came out here to be alone, to see wilderness. It'd be a lot better if there was no trees or flowers or plants.
Yeah.
Or animals. We came out here just to see rocks.
Rock.
Yeah.
It'd be better if this was all just paved, like a big old parking lot.
We should petition for a Walmart supercenter here.
I think that's the only thing that will make this place redeemable. And just like that, found my second shed. That is pretty dang cool. This isn't even as big as the rack that we saw on that mega caribou. I'd say this is about half the size of that big guy. Yeah! So we've just spotted what seems to be our 5th or our 6th caribou for the day. Damn caribou, man, just like absolutely getting in our way.
Somebody should deal with the caribou problem here.
Yeah, we need to like call them with a helicopter and like a really, really fast machine gun.
There's got to be some government agent that we can call to deal with this.
The pest problem?
The pest problem.
The caribou problem.
The caribou problem.
What about, you know, Oppenheimer?
What about Oppenheimer?
Well, didn't he create a tool? Absolutely obliterate this place.
Good morning, everyone. I knocked out last night. I could probably use a few more of these, but the sun is up, it's bright, and it's warm. So I'm gonna get out, start the day.
All right, guys, so we have a bit of a plan. We're gonna try to climb Backbone Mountain. We might be able to side slip this slope up to this summit. There might be another summit that's higher than this point, but we're gonna try to get to that point there. And if it gets too sketchy, we're gonna turn back. We're not gonna do anything that's risky. Oh yeah, and unfortunately there'll be no more drone shots for the remainder of our hike, as I slammed it into the side of the hill yesterday, going as fast as I could. Totally unintentional, but it happened. Broke one of the props. We managed to recover the drone, which is nice, but I don't have any spare props on me. They're all back at the canoe. So we're just doing this the old-fashioned way with big old SLR cameras and tripods. So drone footage will come later. Nothing but sharp, crumbly scree to the top. Here we go. Well, this is our summit of Backbone Peak. We decided it's too treacherous to continue. This snow is quite slippery, and without crampons or an ice axe, it's just not in the cards. So 200 meters short of the summit, good enough for us. Freedom! So we did about 1,100 meters in elevation, which is pretty good. Pro move is bringing out some sauces for your wraps and for your chilies and for your pizza. This one I got from a guy at the outdoor show. Thank you, brother. Oh, it was Keith Plinkett. Thanks again, man.
Hot sauce is the reason why we'll never go ultra light.
Yeah, I didn't need to bring this whole thing up the mountain, but here it is. Our tents are here. We're in the search for Dall sheep, and that's a goal for both of us, to see some Dall sheep on this trip. Another great day. It was so awesome to be able to climb Backbone Peak. Obviously we didn't make it all the way, but we did as good as we could have given what equipment we had. In any case, I'm pretty exhausted, pretty excited to get on the river tomorrow. We're gonna hike up over this ridge here and get equipped to start running whitewater. Looking forward to being on the water though. So for now, go to bed. See you then. Good night.
It's crazy how much the landscape shifts with the shifting of the light. It's because the sun moves so fast and it's so extreme. It's like little details like the flowers. Every time I wake up at a different hour, it's just like a new perspective. All looks the same to me.
Well, we're hiking back to the vehicles, but we decided not to take the route we came in on. It was really scrubby and kind of nasty. So we're gonna try to hike up over this ridge. It's a little bit longer in terms of distance, and we have to climb 300 meters of elevation, 400 meters. Might not be faster, might not be less distance, but we're hoping it'll be easier because there'll be less alder. Nice one. Beautiful rack. I'll carry this one down with me. I rarely find shedded antlers. In fact, I don't think I've ever found one in the wild. Usually I just see them around campsites or on the sides of the trail, so other people would have found them and put them there. But on this hiking trip, I found 3 already. 1 moose, 2 caribou. Woo. Get the paddling begin. Yes, nice to finally be on the river. We're gonna do a few more hiking trips this adventure, but for now we're gonna paddle, hopefully for, a few hours till we find a nice place to camp, hopefully at the confluence of a river where there might be fish. I have a couple goals for this trip, one of which is catching a fish. I have yet to catch a fish on either in the Yukon or the Northwest Territories, so that would be great. 2 other goals: caribou, which we've seen, Dall sheep, which we're looking for, and maybe even a grizzly. And goal 3 is run all the canyons, all 6 canyons, without flipping. And ideally not swimming at all on this trip, because the last time I was up here, just to the neighboring river, I flipped my canoe in an unmarked rapid, and I had my guard down. I was not prepared. I flipped in this curling wave. I was surfing it for a little bit and then I flipped at the last second. And I just remember being underneath the water, looking up at my boat and thinking how crappy it was that my camera and all my stuff was now in the water. It's really nice using that long lens with the 6x zoom, so you can stay well back from the animals. They don't even hear the drone and you can just like punch in and see them. It's so nice. So you get a good shot of them, and you don't disrupt the wildlife at the same time. So sick. So this is a mini canyon, and it's not one of the big canyons that we'll be running, so it's not one of the 6, but it's a good little warm-up. Absolutely beautiful in here. But the rapids aren't quite that large yet, but it's giving us an indication of things to come. So Max has been denying a lot of the campsite options that I've been throwing out to him until he saw this one. It's beautiful mountain vista behind us. We pulled over and he's like, we're camping here. But this is a floodplain we're on right now. We're only about half a foot off the height of the river here. Max made a completely emotional decision here. I'm afraid he's burdened with the same affliction that I have. He has the dumb. No! I've got the dumb! Oh yeah, look at that. One of you guys who watches me reached out to Mary Sharp, and then they ended up sending me a whole box of hot sauces. So thank you to whoever reached out to Mary Sharp hot sauces for me. That was very generous. It was very nice of you. It was so good. All right, let's take a look at the map. Here's the Mountain River and its tributaries flowing into the Mackenzie. We started here, and we're paddling the Mountain River all the way up to our pickup point, just at the mouth of the mountain as it meets the Mackenzie. We still have about 290, 295 kilometers to go. I think it's about 320 kilometers total for the trip. We are surrounded by mountains, as you can see by all the red, and with that comes rapids and canyons. We've got 6 canyons ahead of us. 295 kilometers more to go. We're only 4 days in. It feels like we've already had a trip in and of itself. It's been an amazing experience so far, climbing Backbone Mountain, and I've never seen that much wildlife in Canada, to be honest. We've gotten exceptionally lucky. With that, I'm excited to see what else is to come. I'm a little apprehensive of the 6 canyons we need to run. We'll face each obstacle when we come to it, but for now, I'm just gonna enjoy this beautiful place. Well, good morning, everyone. We woke up to a light rain, and looks like more is coming in, so we're kind of bumbling around trying to make a decision, and we decided on cooking breakfast in our tents, and then if the rain comes through, we're just gonna wait it out. We're feeling quite tired from all the days of hiking, plus we got all this sunlight, so if we get out by noon, we're still able to put in a full day of paddling. I think it's still too murky, so not much of a shot of catching any fish when I can't see the lure. The river didn't flood last night, which was a pleasant surprise. It only rose about 2 inches. Today, we're gonna make distance. That's the plan. Just paddle all day. Well, we've barely made any progress today, and it's 3 p.m. So we decided to pull over for some lunch. This is a really cool spot. It's called Grizzly Meadows. It's just like a massive open meadow that I assume somebody at some point has seen a grizzly bear in here. But we're gonna go walk around a little bit and check it out.
Grizzly Meadows, eh?
Yeah, definitely a meadow, but where are the grizzlies? Look! Grizzly! Run! Woohoo! This is awesome. Such nice paddling.
All right, Homer Simpson.
Donut.
Well, the day we were planning to push it hard, we took it real easy. I think both Max and I were extremely tired from all the 3 days of mountain climbing and hiking that we started the trip off with. So the distance day turned into another relaxing day, and I think we needed it. We are debating whether we want to go hiking again tomorrow morning. We're gonna make that decision tomorrow. We got a lot of distance to cover and we have a lot of obstacles to cross, including all the canyons ahead of us. And we know that it's only gonna get more beautiful. As beautiful as this place is, there's some amazing sights ahead. So do we spend it here or do we keep on moving? We're gonna make all those decisions tomorrow, but for now we're gonna relax. I'm probably gonna head to bed soon. So good night, guys.
Good morning, everyone. I slept great. I could probably use like another 5 hours of sleep, but 9's good enough. Let's get going.
Well, good morning, everyone. So we both woke up feeling tired still, even though we both got about 9 hours of sleep. So we decided we're not going for a big mountain climb hike today. We're gonna paddle for a while. Lots ahead of us. Even though this area is teeming with beauty, there's even more ahead. So we're gonna push on. Heading out on day 6 of the adventure, but the trip didn't start here. Max and I had to make the journey from Toronto to Whitehorse, where we spent a couple days getting last minute supplies for this expedition. Once again, I'm working with Up North Adventures. I worked with them last year when I did the Snake. Found them extremely helpful and they helped me organize my trip and get last minute supplies. Even if you're just looking for life jackets, paddles, food, gas, anything you would find at an outfitter, they have. We picked up some bear spray this time. We also outfitted our canoes. They already came pretty much fully outfitted with knee straps, knee pads, spray decks, anything you would need for a hardcore whitewater or regular type of expedition up here in the north. But Up North helped us outfit these canoes with our custom canoe thwarts, which allows us to film from our canoes, which we couldn't do this trip without. Up North was also the reason we got a shuttle from Whitehorse to Mayo. Mayo is where we flew out with the float plane to get here into the backcountry. So you need a shuttle from Whitehorse to Mayo, and Up North Adventures can supply that. So if you guys are looking to do any kind of trip in the Yukon or Northwest Territories, check out Up North. They're a great outfitter, work for me, and I know they'd work for you. We see like 10 sheep right there. We're gonna try to pull over and sneak up and see them. So these two, this mama and the little baby, they must have got broken up from the group. Dude, it's so sick. Just like,
Nice eye.
yeah, I was just paddling and I saw like just this flash of white and I was like, holy crap, there's 10 goats right there.
We played that well too.
Yeah. The wildlife on this trip has been absolutely insane. Was it like 4 moose, 6 caribou, that whole pack, gaggle of Dall sheep. So good. Well, we braved a pretty nasty rainstorm to be greeted with beautiful, somewhat clear skies. So it's nice. We got the solar panels out, we're getting some juice, and hopefully we'll be able to get some power back into these cameras so we can continue to film. Bag food again today, and there's a good reason behind not a lot of options on this trip. You see, I had about a week turnaround time from my last trip up on Denali until this trip. 1 week, and within that week I actually moved. You see, I was living in a basement apartment. Been here for 10 years. Look at this. My head touches the ceiling in some rooms, and you know, it's done me well. Done me well. But I have a little surprise, which I'm super excited for. And yeah, it's out there now. I bought a house. Woo! Hello! Honestly, I've been looking for a house for over a year, and there's been lots on the market. Been trying my best to get one, but this one popped up. I had to have it. It's a good size for me. 5 years on YouTube, and I could put a down payment on a house in the city. It's been good to me, man. I've been hustling my butt off, and it really paid off, you know. I remember back in 2021 when I turned on AdSense for the first time, and I made my first, I think it was $80 in a month, and I was stoked, just so stoked that I could earn money on YouTube. And slowly I was able to, you know, build the channel, grow it, and eventually get to this point. And I was able to buy a house, and it's all thanks to you guys.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Up and at 'em. It's time to explore.
This over here, it's called the moonscape, and it looks amazing. So this area is called the moonscape, and there's a fascinating story behind why it's called the moonscape. See, during 1969, in the height of the Cold War, the Apollo program sent 2 astronauts to the moon. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson and Buzz Lightyear. So these 2 astronauts, they actually successfully landed on the moon, but unfortunately the footage wasn't moony enough. So NASA sent these 2 astronauts in 2 canoes down the mountain river to this spot to film the moon landing.
Xander,
But yeah, what
are you talking about? Xander, were you eating wildflowers again?
So this here is fireweed. This is one of the most common wildflowers in the area. I think it's the official flower of the Yukon, maybe even the Northwestern Territories. So I also hear that fireweed's edible and good for human consumption as well. Whoa, that's some fire weed, man. Uh-oh. I think I'm peeking. What is that? Is that 2 spacemen over there? Are they doing kung fu? Oh, they're hugging. Wait. No! You ever explore the moons of Jupiter?
We insist you come!
I don't want to go to Jupiter.
It's all right, little guy. It's all right. Trip will be over soon.
Well, we're setting up camp again. We just had a little paddle today, just about 8 kilometers. We decided we wanted to hike around this area. This is the Crimson Mountains. There's this deep red hue to some of the mountains around here. It's absolutely beautiful, and we just couldn't blow by this section without checking it out. So we're gonna take a little bit more of a rest day today and then clamber around some of these mountains in the morning, because I have some good news. I contacted our float plane operator, I contacted our outfitter, and I contacted my mommy, who's helped us organize with the commercial airlines, because we only have our inReach, which is just a satellite communicator. So I've contacted those 3, and we were able to organize for us to extend the trip by another 2 days. So this 15-day trip is now a 17-day trip, giving us more time, which is awesome. We have enough food. I don't have enough battery, but we'll be all right. We'll figure it out. The sun's finally coming out, so we're starting to get some juice into the battery banks, which is necessary to film. With that being said, I'm stoked because we get to spend more time in this absolutely beautiful place. Pizzas again tonight. I had a hankering. Let me.
Well, it was a short day, but a well-needed rest day. Honestly, it doesn't feel like we've been moving very much, but looks like we've already done 100 kilometers. I'll show you guys on the map in the next couple days, but that's about a third of the distance on the river, which is awesome. We still got all the big obstacles ahead of us, including all 6 canyons. We should be getting to canyon number 1 in the next couple days, but till then, a little bit more hiking. And then until that hike, sleep. So see you guys tomorrow. Good night.
The plans keep changing. A couple days ago, we were planning to do a day hike, maybe even an overnighter. We were too tired to do that. Yesterday, the same thing. We were thinking about hiking up into the mountains in the area in which we'd camped yesterday. Today, we moved a little bit further downriver, probably only 3, 4, 5 kilometers. But we're decisive today. We are gonna climb this dude here. Might take 4 or 5 hours. I know it looks like it's right there, but these things always take longer than you expect. And we're gonna camp right here when we're done because look at this. Does it get better than this? Not really. So, I'm home for the night. But first, we ascend. We're about to get blasted by this rainstorm. This is getting to be about lunchtime anyways, so this is kind of perfect timing for us.
Not only nice to get out of the rain, but it's nice to get out of the sun as well.
Yeah. Did you know that Mom and Dad had me because they weren't satisfied with their firstborn? And then they had 2 more because they were so satisfied with me that they were trying to recreate me. Well, it looks like it keeps going, but honestly, it just gets super chossy in here and highly consequential. This might be as far as we get, which 722 meters in altitude, and in freedom units, that's probably 7 to 8 football fields. Looks like we have another one of them there, rainstorms heading in our way, so we're gonna head on down back to camp. It's 4:30 maybe, so hopefully we can get a little off this ridge before we start getting slippery wet. Made it. back to camp. I think that was a 5 hour and 40 minute round trip, but totally worth it. So beautiful up there and so beautiful down here.
Well, that was a great day today, but we gotta get on and go, and we have I think like 6 days, so we have to get to the edge of the mountains. Once we're there, we have 2 days to make it to our pickup point, and there's a lot to see from here on out, including all those canyons. Keep talking about these canyons. I don't know much about them. They scare me. On the map, they say some parts are class 3, even class 4. Max is very confident. I am... Yeah, less so. I've spilled down a canyon before when I was on the Magnetawan. I flipped early on the crux of it and I washed down the canyon about 1 kilometer, and it was not fun. You know, that's back in Ontario where help is a lot quicker to get to than it is out here. So we'll cross all those bridges when we get to it. For now, we eat some dalbat, have some hot chocolate, and go to sleep. Rise and shine, everyone. It's a new day.
Let's go check out Canyon 1, Cache Creek Canyon. Whoa! This place is nuts. And we gotta run this tomorrow or the next day. It's only a class 1 through here, but you know, there's a class 3 at the end. And if you dump, you're going for a ride, let me tell you. Still lots of time in the day, so I'm kind of sick of sitting around, so we're gonna go head up the creek. Beautiful, so nice. I did not expect the nature. Surprises around every corner. One river, 2 rivers, and a waterfall? Okay, we gotta go in. Never have I ever seen anything like that. Amazing. It's pizza time. I have very few food options, as I've explained, and I'm surprised that the green onions, cheese, and even the naan has lasted till day 9. So
we're gonna keep running it until we can't. So tomorrow is finally the day where we run our first canyon. Doesn't look like too tough of water from up here, but I know that there's a class 3, a much more consequential side sweeping, curling wave into the canyon wall a little bit later. But I'm not gonna worry about any of that tonight because I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll worry about that tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Good night.
So I'm just shaving my face and I see this thing floating down the river and I thought it was a log. I'm like, oh, what the heck is that? And then in a second glance, I'm like, oh crap, that's a beaver. Nope, gets out of the water, it's a wolverine.
Wolverine.
A wolverine.
That's crazy.
That was so cool.
I've got to look back at the footage because that was awesome. I honestly like.
Never thought I would see one of those.
No, I think it's more rare to see a wolverine than a wolf even.
got
So wily,
so-
you know how it kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of got that like
Fierceness and like, oh,
the
man.
way its gait is like
His
crazy.
aggression. That was amazing.
That's crazy.
Good thing about being here, there's lots of places to eddy, so we can pick our way down this canyon in relative safety. Time to start packing up. We're not gonna do a big day today. We're gonna just paddle the canyon, then we're gonna hike. We got a couple days to make it through this river. We're in no rush. We're here to experience its beauty and challenge without having the pedal to the metal the whole time. All right, canoes all packed. It's go time. First canyon of 6. Whoa! Whoa! Whirlpools! Oh, this canyon 1 of 6. It was beautiful, but hostile feeling. You know, if you spill there, like, where do you get out? And that class 3, there's those whirlpools in the eddies. And say you bail and you flip there, like, you're caught in a whirlpool. Not like you're gonna be dragged down completely, but like you'll just be recirculated a bit. And there was a moment it kind of grabbed my tail and it felt like I was being pulled down to old Davy Jones's locker. That was enough excitement for the day. Short little paddle through the canyon. There's a beautiful valley here and we're planning to go hike it. Maybe even camp high tonight. You know, the more time I spend in nature, the more connected I feel with this place. Every leaf, every tree, every blade of grass, the river, the clouds, each rock tells its own story. You know, and sometimes I look up at these mountains and I think to myself, if they could talk, what would they say? Loser. Yuck! Ah! Oh, look at you, little man. You're so small. Little small man. All the way down there. What do you know of time? What do you know of history? You know nothing. Really makes you wonder, eh? All right, we're gonna switch things up. It's about 5 p.m. We're gonna take our backpacks with our overnight gear, head up this tributary, see if we can see some wildlife and find a nice place to camp for the night. So we're hiking up this valley here, nice little tributary, just to our right, and we're trying to be as quiet as possible, not to bump wildlife. The only problem is my brother's exceptionally smelly, and they might have been winded by him already. We've seen so many caribou on this trip that if we were the first explorers of this land, every little nook and cranny, every valley, every river, every tributary, every mountain would be called Caribou River, Caribou Mountain, Caribou Valley. There's a lot of them out here and we're super blessed. I've seen more caribou on this trip than I've seen on every other trip combined. We found a really cool spot to set up camp, but we're kind of in a rock slide area. And I was thinking about setting up my tent right there. Timber! There's little fellas. Didn't mean to destroy your home, but it's gonna make some great firewood. I wouldn't be surprised if we were the first people to ever camp in this spot. Take a look at that there, sun, and let me know what time you think it is. I'll give you a second. It's 11 p.m. The sun doesn't really fully set here in the subarctic this time of year. Kind of just slightly dips below the horizon. It's like a twilight kind of phase around 2 or 3 a.m., but you don't need a headlamp out here. You need an eye mask to fall asleep because there's so much sun. But that's it for me for tonight. It's late, so see you guys in the morning. Good night. I think this might have been my favorite camp so far. Something about just being, 200 meters up from this valley, beside the mountain, away from the river. It just felt, remote and special. And the nice part about being here is no rocks came through our tents in the middle of the night, even though we're in kind of a rockfall area. Plan now is head on down back to the boats, and we have a short paddle, maybe a few hours, to get to another kind of rock, a big old rock on the side of the river, Battleship Rock. All right, back on the river. We have a 2-3 hour paddle today, but lots of class 2s and even some class 3s involved. But I think this map was made when there was low water. Get out of here. Get out of here. I think this map was made when it was low water. So a lot of these class 2s might just be big waves. So we'll see. Okay. A little bigger waves than I was expecting. Not too bad though. All right, that was just a class 2 plus. Doesn't look big from here, but in it, the waves are, you know, 3 or 4 feet. Yeah, dry suits on, helmets on, GoPro's out. Let's run it. We got some class 2s and class 3s coming up. Power! Hey! Finally caught a fish on a subarctic river. Oh, I love that. Thanks, dude. I never caught a fish on one of these rivers. Last year I got skunked, so it's nice to pull this beauty out of the river. I'd say it weighs about 150 pounds, about 1 meter in length. Absolute prize winning lake trout right here. Yeah.
Hey, good work.
I'm the man, that's right. All right, we got a few more kilometers till camp at the mouth of Canyon 2. So this here is Battleship Rock, and apparently it said that if you look at it just right and squint your eyes in the right way, it looks like a German World War I Bismarck class battleship. Oh yeah, I can kind of see it. Woo. Water's real cold. Woo. Yeah, here's Canyon 2. Not quite as intimidating as Canyon 1. There's still a side wall pushing class 3 that we have to be aware of. But that's for tomorrow. So for today, we eat some fish.
You did a good job, man.
Xander spots another one.
Beaver.
It's a beaver. Huh.
It's 2 beavers.
Oh, that's cool. So we're in the midst of canyon country now. We are hitting up Canyon 2 tomorrow. Not too concerned about this one. It's just a little class 3 in it with potentially a cheat line, a little sneak line up the inside. Canyon 3, also not very concerned about. It's Canyon 4. Canyon 4 is going to be the crux, which has me tinkling in my pants as we speak. Not a lot of tinkle either, just a little bit, but it's there. It's warm. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to bed. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I gotta deal with all this tinkle. Good night. Oh no, it's all wet, squishy.
Good morning, everyone. It's a new day, same adventure. Let's go.
So a couple days ago, we ran our first canyon. It has a class 3 in it. Essentially, when it comes to the class system, it goes from 1 till 6. Canoeing basically ends at 3 and 4, where kayaking kind of starts. Kayaking starts at around class 3, goes through 6. And here's a little graphic of the class rating. I've run class 4 a few times, but it's been really short runs of class 4. I've probably done class 4 times in my life. Class 3 is about the limit of what I like to push in my canoe, especially when we're out here in the backcountry. Take a little gander. Here's the first canyon we ran, Cache Creek. It had that class 3 at the end. Remember that one? That was kind of interesting. Today, we're here at Battleship Rock, and there's another class 3 in it, but we might be able to cheat this one on the inside and just totally skip that class 3 altogether. Canyon 3 looks fairly easy. Class 2 plus, that's gonna be big water. We did some class 2 earlier and that was kind of big. A class 2, 3, and then afterwards there's another class 3. So it doesn't look too difficult. I'm not too concerned about this one, especially where the class 3s are. Canyon 4 though is the real big daddy. It has 2 class 4s to start, and it looks like there's a portage around it, but who knows, maybe we'll take a sneak line. But then we go into class 2, 3, class 2, 3, class 2, 3, class 3, class 3. Canyon 5 says it's Tricky Canyon. This is a class 2, 3. Looks like it's one of those like crazy switchback stuff. I don't love that. And then I think the final canyon is extremely straightforward, but there's a little treat here. It says Warm Spring. So hey, stay tuned for that. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about this next upcoming canyon. It seems pretty straightforward to me. Canyon 4 kind of has me a little freaked out. We won't be running that today. Probably be doing it tomorrow. There's a sneak line on the inside of this one, so we got to skip the class 3. Coming up to the confluence of the Mountain River and the Stone Knife River. The Stone Knife is a perfectly clear river. Really excited to check it out. So I've been hoping to catch a fish on this trip, and I did yesterday. I caught a lake trout, but I've caught lake trout before back home in Ontario. So catching that fish out here was only so exciting. Now my goal is to catch an Arctic grayling. I've never caught one of those before, so catching one would be super exciting. So this here is Canyon 3, and so far it's pretty easy. We just ran that class 2 plus. In any case, we decided to stop. We're gonna set up camp here tonight because it's so beautiful. And we scouted out a little cave up there, which we're gonna go check out in a little bit. But first we're gonna have a little canoe shelter set up our tents, and maybe have a little fire, have some lunch. What's crazy is that this cheese, these pepperonis, and this green onion has been out of the fridge for 12 days now. And the green onions are still lasting. It's almost been 2 weeks. We're kind of getting a little punky, you know? So there's a cave up there that we spotted from the river coming down, and that's part of the reason we wanted to camp here, because we want to go check it out. So we're gonna go hike up there and see if we can get inside that cave. It'd be super cool. Let's go check it out. There's some tamarack in here. It's the first time we've seen this coniferous tree. I believe this is tamarack, larch, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's mostly been black spruce up until just now. Well, from afar it looked a lot bigger and deeper and scarier. Enough space to hide 1 or 2 bodies in there, you know. And if you need to, you can stuff a few bodies up in that crevasse over there too. Well, we were hoping to come across a cave that hosted a new type of creature that is yet to be discovered, but unfortunately it's just this little crumbling hole in the wall.
Hey, if you don't shoot, you don't score, right?
That's right. Now let's head down. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's the day that we run Canyon 4. I'm feeling a lot more confident after running some of the rapids the last couple days. I feel like there might be some sneak routes, and I feel like I've warmed up enough. So, I'm ready. Camp kitchen. It's our first time we've had headwinds this whole trip, and the water's starting to get beefier, spicier, and we're heading into the crux of the trip. So not only do we have the hardest section of rapids to compete with, but we also have this wind. So it is bigger than it looks, but there is a pretty easy sneak line on the inside. You want to miss this and you don't want to go over there, so you want to come kind of in between. If you come on the inside a bit too much, you come into these boils, you can spin around. But the main thing is just not go too far to the outside. Okay, I'm up first. Anticlimactic, let me tell ya. Class 4 with the sneak line, easy peasy. So we were just running through the canyon. We're all in the zone and stuff. And we're checking out the waterfall, and I hear Max screaming from across the river. He's like, "Tanner, get over here!" I was like, "What?" And I start paddling like with all my might just across the river. And he's like, "Check it out!" And so pull up on shore. He's like, "This is the best campsite of the trip." And I had to agree, because even though we've only done 15-20K, there's this waterfall here. We're in the midst of Canyon 4. There's still the second half to go right around this bend. But it's beautiful. So we're gonna call it. It's only 2 o'clock. It was a quick day, and we got through the class 4 and that big wave train, class 3, at the mouth of the canyon, and we're in a cool spot now. So, yeehaw! 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 All right, we're gonna go for a little hike up this guy. What's crazy is today, even though we only did about 20 kilometers, my watch says we did over 260 meters in descent, which is quite a bit. And I didn't even track the first canyon. I tracked about 4 kilometers in, so we might have done up to 300 meters in descent, which is significant. Well, not much of a view without the drone, but it's always good to stretch the legs. I'd say it was about 200 meters in the ascent. Took us a little bit longer than I expected, and of course it is kind of beautiful up here. It was nice coming up here nonetheless.
Well, that was an absolutely awesome day. The water is getting speedy, and those waves in the canyon today were actually kind of large. Probably top 3 or 4 biggest wave trains I've ever been in. I felt like I was in control, but it was still a little spooky at times. But definitely the last 2 days I feel like I've been getting my practice strokes in. So feeling pretty confident for the rest of this canyon and the remaining 2, which I don't think are as hard. I know the last canyon's not hard, but Canyon 5, they say tricky on the map. So we'll see, but it's absolutely beautiful. And we have 3 days remaining to paddle 130 kilometers. Good morning, everyone. I slept great, but it rained a lot. None gun in the tent, considering I'm on rock and it just kind of like pools on rocks. So I got lucky. Lucky boy.
All right, big camera's away. We're finishing out this canyon. Here we go. Well, that was the canyon, but I'll be honest, my heart rate was going. Some of those waves are big, but they're easily avoidable. And yeah, at the end of the day, it was fine. Whew. But yeah, unfortunately, those GoPros they just like they have this thing where they like to just not work when they're supposed to work, which is annoying. caribou are really chill. It's so interesting how close they let us get. The dry suits definitely help. They contain our scents, but I feel like every caribou encounter we've had this trip, the wind's been at our back, blowing our scent right at them, and yet they just hang out. Now approaching the entrance to Canyon 5 and the end of the Mackenzie mountain chain. Oils. Dude, this place is so good.
Man.
Secret handshake?
Okay, secret handshake. Bop, 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 bop.
Oh. Usually when I set up a shelter or a tent, I always keep beauty in mind. Once again, Max and I have done that. With a beautiful view in a beautiful location, but at the expense of rain coming into our shelter and getting us all wet. Two weeks in, definitely have a little bit of that homeward pull at the moment, but at the same time, I'm definitely trying to resist that homeward pull because I'll be home in due time. I'll be sitting at home eating some food just like you, and this will be a distant memory. But life will start to get chaotic again, as it does. It's just like my brain's just all over the place. So many things to stimulate me, so many things to distract me, so many things to pull my attention away. But out here, it's just so simple, so beautiful, and so relaxing. I feel like my brain just is at a nice, easygoing wavelength while I'm here. We got 2 more full days, 3 total till I'm flying on back to Mayo, then driving to Whitehorse. I'm gonna enjoy my last few days here. About to put on the water day 15. This is our earliest start for the day. We want to get out bright and early before the headwinds or whatever wind it might be hits us. The goal today is to cover some ground. Put it in here 15 days ago. Made our way up the mountain river about 200K. We are right here at the edge of the mountains. These are the Mackenzies. We have about 100 kilometers to get to the finish. But first we gotta finish off this canyon. The last turn looks a little tight with a pretty large boil of water on the inside. So big camera away, GoPro's out. Alright, here we go. I get so worked up for those. My heart's racing and it doesn't need to be. I guess the consequence is just so high, right? Like, that might be the last hard section of the trip, but if I learned anything from the snake last year, don't let down your guard, because rivers change. Places where there wasn't rapids in the past could exist on different water levels, on different times of the year, even like year to year. So never let down your guard. Funny thing about fear is usually the things we fear don't come true. So it's almost not worth it to be afraid in the first place. I think about that all the time, all those things I'm stressed about, worried about. 99% of the time they do not come to fruition. So it's almost not worth it to feel those feelings in the first place. And yet here I was the whole trip worrying about these canyons, and I was totally good at the end of the day. I feel like even if I took a spill and had to swim, I would have been all right. Yet in the back of my mind, I was mega spooked. We just started coming down these side channels. All there's like trees are falling down. It's just strainer central and the water's still moving quick. If we took that next corner, it could have been really bad news. Like it's just pushing right into that log jam. And right here, real nasty stuff. So we're gonna try to haul our canoes more central where it's less likely of this carnage. This is absolutely a place you do not want to be with your canoe. It's completely flooded out. There's log jams absolutely everywhere. The current is fast, and one wrong move, your canoe could end up like any one of these logs, pinned up against one another, completely stuck. You would not be able to get that thing out. So we're gonna try to work our way back to the middle where there's less of this and more open water and gravel. I was mentioning before that these things change, these rivers change, and what could be a really easy section one year or in one water level, it could be an absolute disaster in another, and we just experienced that. The braids over here are super simple, easy going. The braids on the far side where it just got all log jammed up was extreme danger and potentially an absolute disaster. Here we go, Canyon 6, the final canyon. You can smell the sulfur.
Oh yeah.
Stinky.
Oh, that's nice.
Its own little ecosystem out here. Like of all the little tributaries, there's one little warm springs. So random. Coming all the way down from the mantle. From magma heating it. Getting it deep in the core of the earth. So it's 4 p.m. already. we decided we're not going to jump in the hot springs because we want to cover some more ground today. We've already done about 50 kilometers, which is amazing, but we still have 60 kilometers to get to the mouth of the mountain and our pickup point. Top right number, 77.5 kilometers today. That's a lot. So I was collecting some water earlier and I saw some tracks in the mud. That right there is a wolf. That right there is a bear. Right through. I like to think they're good friends and they were just hanging out, going for a nice little stroll. This is my last freeze-dried meal for the whole trip. These were my dinners and my breakfast, so tomorrow I don't have any of that. I have about a couple tortillas left with cheese and salami. That's good for one lunch. I have a bit of coffee, a tiny little bit of hot chocolate for Max and myself, and that's it. Max has food remaining, so we're gonna get into that starting tomorrow morning. So we did 77 kilometers on the river today. That puts us well within striking range of our pickup point for tomorrow. I think it's about 35K to go. Mackenzie Mountains are far behind us. The Mackenzie River just ahead. But for now, I'm going to bed, so see you guys tomorrow. Good night.
Good morning, everyone. It's 6 a.m. and we are getting up to get on the way.
Back on the water bright and early, final push to the Mackenzie River and our pickup point. Current is slowing, but hopefully these last 30K go by without a hitch. Just coming around the last bend of the Mountain River to the Mackenzie River and our pickup point. Yeah! Woohoo! Well, we made it out here to the Mackenzie River after 300 some odd kilometers of paddling, over 16 days to this point, over 1,000 meters in descent down the river, 6 canyons with all its rapids, saw a handful of caribou, went on countless hikes, saw the rare and mysterious wolverine, caught a fish, and shared in a whole bunch of laughs with you guys and my brother Max. Honestly, it was an amazing experience. It kind of reminds me of my trip on the Snake River from last year, just over in the Yukon, same mountain range, the Mackenzies, where I spent 15 days alone. I remember on that trip, I told myself I would love to do something like this with a loved one. So to get to come out here and bring my brother Max was just such an awesome experience. And to get to share this with you guys as well is such a treat. I remember this one. You know, this is one for the books, but I'll be honest. To call it a once-in-a-lifetime experience would be an overstatement, because as far as this channel goes, there's so much more to come. I got a ton of trips planned for the rest of the year, into next year, and we're just getting started. Oh yeah, if you guys are wondering why they call it the Mountain River, it's not because of all the Mackenzie mountains that we paddled through. It's because of this little mountain over here. It's an indicator when people are coming up or down the Mackenzie. It's just at the mouth of the Mountain River. So there's one little mountain here makes the entire river called the Mountain River. Yo, such a good trip.
Such a good trip, man.
Dude, secret handshake.
Secret handshake.
right, we're heading out. Hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as I did. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Well, go back. Oh, go lay in the tent.
You got any good YouTube videos?